Hey guys, this short practice focuses on the feet, the ankles and the calves, bringing a little bit of space into parts of the body that can get really tight and uncomfortable, especially if you've been walking around in high heels or having a busy day on your feet. It's not the most comfortable practice, but I've kept it short and I really hope it helps you to bring a little bit of space into your body. So bringing yourself to the top of the mat to begin. Feet hip width apart, bend your knees and start to fold all the way down over your toes. So maybe pressing into the palms or turning the backs of the hands to the ground. Just let the weight fall into the front of the feet. And let the back of the neck soften. Maybe you catch opposite elbows and let the head hang heavy. And then release the elbows to the floor. Heel toe the feet together. Come right up onto the tiptoes, make little teepees with the hands and take your hips to your heels. Lift your chest forward. As you exhale, push the ground away and take a forward fold. Inhale, rise to the tiptoes, send your hips to your heels, lift your heart. And exhale, folding over your toes. Inhale, rise up, lift your chest, lower hips to your heels. And exhale, folding back over your toes. One more time, inhale, look up, lengthen the spine, and hold it here for a moment. Rising onto the tiptoes, feel the spread of the weight. Can you lift your hips just an inch away from your heels? And exhale, lower them back down. Press your hands to the earth, step your feet to the back of the mat. Push through the heels, but turn the tops of the feet to the ground. If this is too much on the tops of your feet or your ankles, you can bring your knees to the floor or take a regular plank. Otherwise, find the core in this modified plank variation. Push the ground away. See if you can find a little bit of support through the center of the body. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lower the knees to the floor. Walk your hands back as you sit your hips to your heels and bring the hands to the heart. Take a moment here to arrive into the space. For this short practice, let your intention be strong. Take a moment just to be here, to set your intention, to arrive, to land. And then walk your hands just back beyond your feet. Roll your shoulder blades down the back of the body, lift the chest. Be really careful if you have sensitive knees here. Just work within the limitations of your body, and if it doesn't work for you to lean back and lift the knees, then just stay as you are. You can also place a blanket underneath the ankles if this is too uncomfortable. You start to peel yourself back and the knees begin to lift until you have this opening up of the space in the front of the ankles. Draw your lower belly in, keep the chest lifted. And exhale, place the shins back to the earth. Pad the hands forward, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And as you arrive in your downward facing dog, maybe you pedal one knee then the other, starting to stretch out through the backs of the legs. Awakening the ankle joints, maybe you pick up one leg, just have a little circle round with the ankle in one direction, back the other. Swap the other way round. Where you're spreading all of the joints in the feet. And take an inhale, come forwards to your high plank again. Flip the feet so you lengthen the fronts of the ankles, take a breath in. Then lower the knees to the floor and send your chest between your thumbs. Inhale, send your elbows back as you lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, spread the knees as you push back to a wide-legged child's pose. Now tuck the toes behind you. Come up onto the fingertips and lift your seat just a little bit away from your heels. And then play with pushing a little bit more weight into the toes. So this is a kind of active child's pose variation, opening up the space in the feet, in the hips. And then walk the hands up towards your knees, lifting through the chest. Bring your knees to touch, but keep your toes tucked. And then sit back onto the heels for a toe stretch. See if you can let your breath help you to release tension from the body rather than clenching through the jaw if this is uncomfortable. And then push into the hands, roll over the feet, lift the knees, and heel toe, hip width apart with the feet, and turn the toes out. Then drop the hips down, lift the chest, and find Malasana, your yogi squat. See if you can spread the outside edges of the feet to the earth. Keep lifting through the heart space. From here, push through the feet. Take your hands to the floor and heel toe the feet back in, hip width apart. Bending your knees and rolling all the way up the spine, stacking bone by bone, one by one. Until you come all the way up to standing and reach the arms over your head, look up to your thumbs. Now draw your lower navel in, knit in your lower ribs, and come right up onto the tiptoes. See if you can balance, squeeze your glutes. Take an inhale and exhale to lower the heels and the hands. Take a step forward with the left foot and begin to bend your right knee. So try to keep the heel rooted to the floor, but if the calves are tight and you need to shuffle it around, that's okay. Square the hips. Maybe the hands can rest on the hips or at the heart. Maybe they just rest either side of your body, stretching out this right calf. And straightening the leg. Step forwards and swap to the other side. Step the left foot back. Drop the heel, bend the knee, and pull up through your right thigh. So getting a really nice deep stretch through the back of the ankle and the calf. Nice. And then step back to the middle. Rise up onto your tiptoes. Bend your knees. Squeeze your glutes and slowly lower all the way down until your seat, is just an inch above your heels. Then lower your knees to the floor. Untuck your toes and let the tops of the feet rest against the earth. Separate your heels slightly. Maybe take a little bit of the calf muscles from underneath the thighs. And if this is too strong on the knees, you can keep one leg straight or you can lift yourself onto a block. Taking a stretch through the thighs. Little lengthening through the front of the feet. And maybe the hands rest here. Maybe you drop back onto the elbows. Maybe if that's still feeling good, you can drop back onto the shoulder blades, but just be mindful of any pulling in the knee. My right knee is pulling today, so I'm going to rest back up here on the elbows. That's where it feels good. And then slowly make your way back up. From here, you're going to fold forwards into a child's pose. Keep your hands back by your feet. You can even use the hands to give the feet a little bit of a massage. And then pressing onto the knees with the hands. You're going to bring yourself up across your ankles. Bring yourself onto your seat. Take one foot on top of the opposite thigh. So if I turn to you, you can see I'm aiming to stack my two shins in line with each other. Now my hips are super tight at the moment, so I've got quite a big gap here. So rather than folding forward and forcing these together, I'm just going to hold this knee to support. Both of my feet are flexed and pushing against my feet. Keep my knees, my hips nice and safe. And then if my right foot is on top, my left hand is going to come to the side. My right foot is going to lengthen out to the right side. And I'm going to push into my left shin to take a nice big stretch through my side body. And then exhale, place it back down, swap the legs over to the other side. So flexing both feet, getting a nice stretch through the hips. And then place your right hand next to your right thigh. Straighten your left leg to the left side and reach the left arm over the head, finding a stretch through the side body. And as you exhale this time, lower both hips down to the earth. And bring yourself onto the back of the body. Cross your right leg over your left so that the thighs connect. And then hold the outside edges of your feet and just slowly bring the heels towards you, but keep the back of the body long. Maybe if you take your hands up to the ankles, you can roll the feet, roll the ankles. Lots of clicks and crunches. And gather the knees in. Let's just swap them over to the other side, even it out. Catch hold of the outside edges of the feet, drawing them in close. Taking the hands onto the ankles again, just so you can roll out the feet both directions. And then unravel the thighs, bring the knees into the chest. And take the body down to the earth. Close your practice with a few moments of relaxation. And maybe it feels good to lift the ankles onto a bolster or onto a block, or place some cushion padding underneath the knees. To really feel that sense of relaxation through the lower body. And then just deliver yourself to the earth. Let go of the breath. Slowly start to bring movement back to your fingers and toes. Roll the ankles. Take a big stretch. Gather the knees in. Rocking up and down the spine. And rather than closing seated, we're going to come all the way up to standing, pushing the ground away. Take the arms all the way over the head. Look up to your thumbs. And if you didn't make it in one go, don't worry, use your hands. Eventually centering yourself with the prayer in the center of the chest.